Tap, swipe, insert. You probably do it every single day without even thinking about it. But in that split second, there's this hidden world of super complex technology that just kicks into gear, all to make your purchase instant and secure. So today, we're going to uncover that hidden world. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about what's going on in that tiny little pause? You know, right between the beep of the card reader and that approved message popping up on the screen? All right, let's pull back the curtain and actually follow the data. You know, for any retailer, that checkout counter isn't just where you pay. It's basically a security front line. They're not just handing you a bag with your stuff. They're also responsible for protecting your financial data. And believe me, the rulebook for doing that is notoriously strict. Okay, so at the very heart of this whole challenge is this set of rules called PA-DSS. It stands for the Payment Application Data Security Standard. The best way to think about it is like this impossible security exam that any software that even touches your card data has to pass. Oh, and the questions are always changing, and failure is just not an option. Staying on top of this is a massive, massive undertaking. So for the stores we all shop at, this whole thing translates into a constant, really expensive headache. Every single time that security standard gets an update, their entire checkout system, you know, the software actually running the registers, is at risk of becoming totally obsolete. And that forces them into this huge, costly overhaul just to stay in the game. So how do businesses solve this seemingly impossible problem? Well, they hire a specialist, a secure middleman that can handle all the risk. And today, we're looking at a perfect example of this, a piece of software called Oracle Retail EFTLink. Now, the source document calls this software middleware, which is really just a techie way of saying it's a specialized go-between. It has one job, and one job only, to create a secure bubble around all that sensitive payment data, so the main checkout system never, ever has to touch it directly. And here is the really clever part. Without this middleman, a retailer's entire checkout system is subject to that intense security exam we talked about. But by adding this software, they can take their main system completely out of scope. It basically lets the specialist handle all the high security work, which simplifies everything for the retailer. It's a game changer. So how does this secure middleman actually do its job? Well, it's all about acting as a lightning-fast, incredibly secure translator. It's a simple but absolutely brilliant four-step dance. First, the point of service, the cash register, sends a payment request. Second, our middleman, EFTLink, catches it, acting as a secure buffer. Third, it translates that request into the exact language the bank or payment provider needs. And finally, once it's all approved, it translates the response back to the register. So you can think of it as a secure, multilingual diplomat for your money. Of course, technology like this never just stands still. It has to constantly evolve to get smarter, faster, and even more secure. So let's take a quick look at what's inside the latest release of this thing. We're looking at Release 25. Now, this is more than just a version number. It really represents a whole bundle of key improvements that are making this invisible process even smoother than before. These technical updates have some direct, real-world benefits. So for us, it means payments with digital wallets get smoother. For the retailer, they get more detailed data, like knowing if a card was debit or credit. And on the security side, there are crucial fixes that prevent things like a refund accidentally being sent to the wrong system. And kind of under the hood, it's all built on a modern foundation, which just makes the whole process faster and more robust. So, okay, a piece of background software got an update. Why should we care? Well, you should, actually, because these kinds of changes create this ripple effect that impacts both the business and you, the customer. Right? Here's the big picture. Because this software acts like a universal adapter, it gives retailers incredible agility. Say they want to expand to a new country with a totally different banking system. They just plug in a new module. A new digital wallet becomes super popular overnight. They can just plug in another module. They don't have to rebuild their entire system from the ground up every time. And this all adds up to a huge win for the business. As you can see right here, their security costs go way down. The speed at which they can adopt new tech shoots way up, letting them embrace the next big thing in payments. And expanding globally becomes so much less of a technical nightmare. It's all about making them more agile in a world that changes super fast. So what's the bottom line for us? Well, it means our favorite stores can adopt the latest, most convenient ways for us to pay. It means every single transaction we make is more secure. And ultimately, it just means a smoother, faster checkout, whether we're shopping down the street or on the other side of the world. And listen, this isn't some experimental new thing. It's a tested, mature system. It's the invisible, reliable backbone for payments in major retailers across more than 10 countries as we speak. So the next time you tap your card, you'll know a little secret about the invisible middleman working hard behind the scenes. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other critical, invisible software is out there quietly powering our daily lives? Thanks for tuning in to The Explanation.